Between the Seams with your man Twatty Latte. Aunt L, what's your Twitter, Aunt L?
AntL_sportscake.
So this is episode number 5, and we're moving right along. Both of us were profitable yesterday, which is always a good thing. We got a ton of games, so we're just going to jump right into it today. I got three plays in like 4 leans, and I think Ant's got a bunch of plays, so let's get right at it. Let me pull up our lines. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Nats and the Pirates. We got Archer. We got Strasburg. Strasburg is minus 155. The Pirates and Archer at plus 145. Are we gonna fuck with the dogs, or what's going on here?
I'm actually stacked on this game.
Okay, no, I was talking about your dogs. No, and the over/under is 8.5. But
they're barking.
They weren't terrible.
Okay.
I got nothing on this game. Ant, what you think?
I am on the Nationals 3 different times on this game. I have first 5 run line minus 115. I have first 5 team total over 2.5, and I have 2 units on the team total over 4.5 of the full game at minus 125. I think you got Strasburg, Strasburg should not have too much issues with the Pirates lineup. I think he'll shut them down pretty good. The Pirates lineup's hot and cold anyways. Strasburg's one of the more underrated pitchers in the league. I think a lot of that stems from the fact that he had all that hype when he came in. People thought he was going to be the next Nolan Ryan or whatever. And he's been pretty good. And I really like him in the spots. I don't really like Archer. I'm pretty sure you don't like Archer either. Archer's looked a little better in his last couple starts, but he still sucks. I mean, he's still Archer. And you're giving me the hottest offense in the league right now versus the worst bullpen and a very mediocre starting pitcher. I mean, how many games in a row can this team score double-digit runs? You know, the team total on them cashed in the second inning last night. I mean, are we going to be shocked if it cashes in the second inning again tonight? So that's what I'm rolling with. I'm stacking up on this game. It's my favorite spot on the card. So instead of spreading everything all around, I'm just kind of going in on this. So I got this game. I got 4 units total on this game.
Wow. Okay. Putting your balls on the table there. I love it, Ant. What's up, Goose? What's up, Max? What's up, Coco? What's up, Sports Keg? That would be Jay, I guess. What's up, Stoot, David? What's up, Rob? Well, all right. Let's move along. Let's go to the Padres and Quantrill, Reds and Gray. So the Padres are plus 143. The Reds comeback on the Reds is minus 153. Over under 8.5. Let's actually do something a little different here. Let's pull up the lineups. See exactly what we got. Matchup. Okay. Ooh, beginning of the Padres lineup is bad. Garcia and Naylor. Ooh, then you come with Machado, Hosmer, Mejia, Margot, Urias, Hedges, and Quantrill. That's not formidable. Then the Reds come back with Van Meter, Galvis, Suarez, Aquino, Barnhart, Iglesias, Senzel, O'Grady, and Gray. That's why I'm on the under in this game. Let's see. I think it was under 8.5 at minus 111. That will be my play. That's some garbage lineups. Quantrill's been pitching well. Gray's been pitching well. Let's roll with that under 8.5. Ant?
I'm looking at this game. Full game, I don't like the full game lines too much. My preferred side here is the Reds. But the Padres bullpen, they do have a advantage over the Reds in the bullpen aspect of it. So I'm not interested in laying minus 160 with the Reds here. But I would like to say I want to put a half unit on the Reds' first 5 run line at minus 115. I really like Sonny Gray. This is a comeback year for him. He finally got the Yankees out of his head. He was good in Oakland. The Yankees fucked with him. He gets traded to the Reds, and he's been back to being good this year. I think this is a great spot for him. Like you said, you like the under because Padres aren't going to really score, are they?
No, and
No.
I sounds like I like Quantrill a little bit better than you. So, and I like Sonny Gray, just as much as you do. So that's why I'm on that. So you're going to roll first 5 Reds.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Reds' first 5 run line at 4.5 unit here. Not big because I don't think the edge is as big as in the other game that we were just talking about. But 4.5 unit here, I think this is a pretty decent look.
All right, let's move right along. We've got a lot of games here. We're going to the Mariners, Whistler, Rays, Castillo. Mariners are plus 182. Rays are minus 195. Over under is 8.5 in this. I got nothing. Well, let me just go over the lineup here real quick. Smith, Crawford, Nola, Seager, Murphy. Ugh, Jesus, is that ugly? Pham, you got Meadows, Pham in there, Darnell. Yeah, those are some ugly lineups. I got nothing on this. What do you got, Ant?
I got nothing on the game. If you're going to take the game, I guess you would want to grab the dog again. I mean, betting the Mariners at plus 150 or higher the last 2 days has been good to me.
Nice.
But I'm not going for. I'm not triple dipping on that. I'm not laying minus 200 when are the Rays doing an opener again? I don't fucking know. Is Whistler an opener for the Seattle? I don't know. I mean,
yeah. But the Rays know how to do it. Like you and I talk all the time. They're better at it than everybody else. But
yeah, and I know Whistler's done opener spots for the Mariners, and he's starting. So I don't really have a lot of interest in betting this game, especially since if they're doing openers, they might decide they're not going to do an opener. They might change their opener, and then your bet gets canceled anyways.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. Hey, what's up, baseball, Bob? Bob says Sonny terrified to play in New York. Yep, that's about right.
That's actually not what happened with Sonny in New York.
Well, we gotta. Sorry, we gotta roll. We got 10 more games. What's up, Noli? What's up, Gerardo? Okay, so we got Philly and Nola. We got Red Sox and Johnson. We got the Phillies at plus 102. We got Johnson at minus 112. Over under 11. I actually took the first 5 under. The Red Sox aren't mashing like they've always done. The Phillies aren't they're kind of underachieving at the plate. And the first 5 is 6.5 with Nola on the mound, who's been dealing lately. I like that spot. So we're going to take that first 5 under 6.5. I got it at minus 120. Let's take a quick look at the lineups. Bear with me while my computer is.
The first 5 under 6.5?
Yep.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I think it's a good look. We got Hoskins, Realmuto, Harper. That's a pretty nice beginning. You throw in Segura. I was curious why Segura's not top that lineup. Dickerson, nice little pickup from the Pirates. Kingery, Hernandez, Hazley, Knapp. So you come back with Betts, Devers, the same guys, Bogarts, Martinez, Benintendi. So yeah, there's definitely some offensive weapons out there, but no one's been dealing. So I'm going to get that first 5 under 6.5 minus 120. Ant, anything?
I don't have anything on this game, but I don't mind ever betting a first 5 under at that number, especially when you have a pitcher like Nola, especially when Nola's one of the pitchers.
Yeah. Bob was asking, Ed, you didn't put your plays in Discord today. If you get a minute, no, it's going to be late.
I didn't have access to my Discord plays until today.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that. All right. So let's get back at it. And we're going to fly through these games. I mean, we try to break them down, but we got to keep this within a half an hour. Okay. So Ant's favorite team, other than the Cubs, the Indians and the Mets. So we got Bieber against Mats. Bieber is minus 154. Mats is plus 144. Over under is 8. I have a lean in this. When I have a low total of 8, 7.5, 7, I immediately look at the plus 1.5 line because just the math is kind of in our favor. In this case, the Indians have never seen Mats. I think that's going to be helpful. So I'm going to take the plus 1.5 runs at minus 118 with the Mets. I like that spot with the low total. Jeff or Ant?
I am on the Indians money line minus 150. You got a much better starting pitcher. You got I think their lineup is at least as good. Maybe not significantly better as Beaver is over Mats, but I think Beaver can shut down this lineup pretty easily. And you have a much better bullpen.
Yep.
You never know what's going to happen with this Mets bullpen, and the Indians bullpen is the best in the league. And I just took the money line. I actually had this line at minus 175, and they gave me minus 150. So I took minus 150 on the money line. Bob Taylor's in the chat, wants to know what my 4-unit play was. I have 4 units on the Nationals game, 2 units on the Nationals team total over 4.5, Nationals first 5 run line, and then the Nationals first 5 team total over 2.5.
All right, you gotta love that. All right, so again, I took the. Let's see, what the heck did I take? Oh, I took the Mets plus 1.5 minus 118 on that low total game. All right, so let's move along here. Marlins, Braves, Hernandez, Keuchel. It's a big ass line for Keuchel to cover. Plus 226 for the Marlins comebacks, minus 247 over under 9.5. I'm thinking the Marlins plus 2.5 in this game. I mean, I'm getting it at low juice. I'm getting 2.5 runs in this game against Keuchel, who I don't really trust. I like Hernandez's stuff. This is a less than a hit an inning guy, more than a strikeout an inning guy, which I like. Now, clearly, the Braves have the better bats, but the Marlins bats are not terrible. So I'm looking for him to keep it relatively close. I'll take the 2.5 runs at minus 120. And
I have nothing on this game other than if you put a gun to my head, I'd lean just grabbing that number with the Marlins. But I'm staying off of it. I'm not laying it with the Braves, obviously, but I'm just not interested in betting the Marlins on the road, so to speak.
Okay, fair enough. We roll on. We roll down to my favorite pitcher, Gio Gonzalez and the Brewers against Waka and the Cardinals. Basically a 50-50 coin toss, minus 105 both ways, over under 10. Let's just take a look at their lineups. I actually like both these lineups. Probably going to take an over. So we got, you look at the top of, Brewers lineup. You got Kane, Grandel, Yelich, Hura, who's a stud rookie. Braun, you got Thames in there who kills righties. Then you come back on the other side, Fowler, Edmund, you got Goldie in there, Ozuna in there, DeJong, Molina's back, Wong. I probably lean over in this game, but I got nothing on it. And
you said 50-50 coin flip, and we're laying minus 105. So I'm not going to lay 5 cents on a 50-50 probability, and you're absolutely right. I think this game is a coin toss. The total is, I get why the total's that high. The pitchers are nothing to really be excited about. I mean, Gio Gonzalez doesn't get your Jimmy all up rustled, You're not like, oh, Gio Gonzalez, hooray. But at the same time, Waka's kind of like meh also. But the lineups, I mean, I have a hard time taking an over 10 in a Cardinals game because the Cardinals lineup is capable of getting shut down by anybody. So, I have nothing on this game.
You got nothing? Okay.
Yeah. So, but real quick, since we got about 10 minutes before people could bet all the 7:00 games, we went through all of them. My plays were the Indians money line minus 150, the Nationals team total over 4.5, 2 units, the Nationals first 5 team total over 2.5, and then the Nationals first 5 run line, and then a half unit play on the Reds first 5 run line minus 115. What were your plays on the 6:00 games, Matt?
No, and thank you for reminding me that because now we don't have to hurry if we're into the 8 o'clock slate. So no, that's good to recap. So I was on the Phils money line 104, and I was on the Phils Red Sox first five under 6.5, and the Marlins plus 2.5 runs, and the Mets plus 1.5.
I'm jumping on that Red Sox under with you. That's a good bet.
Okay, nice, love it, yeah. Any questions from the chat before we move on? What's up, Rich G? Baseball Bob, Spider. Yeah, well, Ant was just talking Central Time there because he's in. You live in the middle of nowhere. Where? Nebraska. That's
right. I live in Omaha, yeah. So I was Central Time.
No, actually, Omaha is a really cool city, but the rest of the state sucks.
I actually am not going to argue with that because I drive out to the rest of the state for my job constantly. It's just one big cornfield outside of the city.
Lately, Max, I haven't been eating filet mignon. It's been more like, at McDonald's, you can now buy like 20 chicken McNuggets for $1. That's pretty much where I've been in ramen noodles.
That's bad for your intestinal tracts, especially at your age.
Another bad week. I'm going to have to sleep in the garbage can. So, all right, let's move on. We are going to Beatty, Ant's favorite team, Hamels. We're going Giants plus 180, Cubs minus 192, over under 10.5. I really can't. Both these teams. I mean, I've lost thousands probably with both these teams this year, so I'm completely off of this.
I don't blame you for being off of this. I don't bet that many Cubs games just so everyone knows. I am a big Cubs fan. If I'm fading the Cubs on a reason, if I think there's a good spot for the other side against the Cubs, I never bet against them per se. I'll usually do like some kind of a total if I'm fading like a Cubs pitcher because I don't have it in me to bet against the Cubs. Looking at this game, I don't know, man. You're right. The Cubs probably on paper should be this big of a favorite against the Giants. Talent-wise, they have the talent on paper to be minus 190. Hamels versus Beatty, the lineups, all of that. The problem is like, who the fuck wants to lay this number when the Cubs bullpen's a goddamn tire fire and their lineup has been inconsistent the last 3 weeks? And then you also don't know what's going on with Hamels. Ever since he came off the DL, I mean, he's looked really bad. He looked good at one start. But I cannot lay the number here with the Cubs. On the opposite side, do you really want to take the Giants, though? Is Beatty somebody you want to like get behind? If anything, though, there might be value on the Giants, but I don't think there's enough value to bet them. I mean, you probably would need closer to actual plus 200 instead of plus 170, but I'm off of it.
Max, why would you send me some dehydrated urine? Anyway. I digress.
I ask questions about what Max says constantly in my head.
All right. So let's go through the Royals and Keller, the Orioles and Bundy. Well, that's a great matchup. Actually, Keller's been pitching better. So the Royals are plus 113. The Orioles are minus 123. Over under 9.5. I'm going to take the better pitcher in this game, and I'm going to take it for plus money. I think the lineups are, whatever. They're about the same. I wish Mondesi would come back for the Royals. I like that kid.
You mean they're both terrible? Yeah.
Well, they're about the same, equally bad. Yeah, correct. But hey, I'm going to take an equally bad offense and probably the better pitcher and give me plus 113. I'm all over. So that's what I got. Ant, you got anything?
I can't argue with you there. I'm not betting this game, but a little factoid for people. The last time Kansas City played in Baltimore and Bundy was on the mound, you might want to go back because I was super ecstatic because I had over 9.5 and Kansas City scored 10 runs in the top of the first. So I was able to cash an over before the Kansas City even got 3 outs. So Bundy, I'm just saying this Royals lineup has completely demolished Bundy before in this ballpark. That has nothing to do with this game. I'm just kind of fondly remembering the easiest over I've ever cashed in my life from last season that happened to be the Royals against Bundy in this ballpark. But
I mean, we would rather have the Royals, kill him than him pitch a no-hitter against them. So
Yeah.
while you say it doesn't matter for this game, I would rather have it that way, right?
Yeah, so I would say this Royals lineup has hit Bundy. So you are right. Keller is a better pitcher. Both lineups are equally blah. So you might as well just grab the plus money with the better pitcher when the lineups cancel each other out. I mean, and also both bullpens are equally blah also. So if you got two washes and then you got the better side on Keller, you might as well just plus money with Keller. I can't blame you for taking that. That's probably how I would go if I wanted to bet this game, but I'm off of it. I just Royals, Orioles. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Nothing? Okay. Well, then we shall move on. Okay. So let's see where. Okay. Angels, Brea, Rangers, Burke. By the way, I already hit the under in that game one. And thanks. Okay, so we got the Angels and Brea and the Rangers and Burke. Minus 127 on the Angels. We got plus 117 on Burke and the Rangers. 12? I mean, I see that Otani and Pujols are back in the lineup. 12 still seems like a stretch. The Rangers don't. I mean, their lineup doesn't scare me at all, and the Angels scares me very little. But 12, I would lean under. I don't have a play on it, but if I had to gun to my head, I would take the under 12. Let's see, Van's back.
I got nothing on this
Anything
game.
on the Angels? And
I got nothing on this game.
okay. All right, we move along. We have Lopez and Pineda. God, I love fading Lopez. So we got the White Sox and Twins. We got plus 207 on the White Sox. Comeback is minus 225 on the Twins. Over under is 10. Clearly, you like the Twins here. I would probably lay the run line at minus 125 on them, but I got nothing. I'm going to stay off of it. And
I'm looking at minus 240 on the money line here. Obviously, I think the Twins should win this game a significant portion of the time, but I'm not laying minus 240. At the same time, I'm not interested in grabbing the plus 200 on the White Sox. I think they lose this game 2 out of 3 times. So that number on the White Sox is basically dead even.
okay. So we're good there?
Yeah, I ain't touching this game.
Okay. Tigers, Turnbull, Astros, Sanchez. Turnbull, 237 plus 237. Astros, minus 260, over under 9. Again, I got nothing. I would probably, again, lay the run line at minus 140, but that's a lot of juice. I'm going to stay off of that. And
yeah, I got nothing here. I'm not laying that number. Although the number's not high enough, the number's not crazy enough for me to want to take a value grab on the Tigers either, like it was yesterday. Like at plus 350, obviously I took the Tigers yesterday. The Tigers were plus 350 today. I grab them, but today it's a lot lower. They're what is it like plus 225. I mean, I get it. Sanchez is not as good of a pitcher as Miley was, but it's still too garbage. I mean, not too garbage. It's still their garbage ass fucking lineup, and Sanchez could shut them down. And no interest in this game. Not laying that number. Not taking the Tigers.
okay, all right. Okay, we got the Rockies and Freeland. We got Young with the Diamondbacks plus 137 with the Rockies minus 147 with the Diamondbacks. We got the over under 10. I got nothing. Ant? Nothing. Okay. Move right along. The Yankees and Herman Bailey with the Athletics. We got minus 130 on the Yanks, plus comebacks plus 120 on the Athletics. Over under 9.5. Actually seems kind of low to me.
The total?
Yeah.
The total seems low?
Yeah, it is in Oakland. That's the only thing giving me pause. I didn't have this earlier. I'm gonna lay off that. Ant?
This is a spot I've been looking at all day, and I was not able to. I wanted the people of New York to do me a favor and move this line for me, and they didn't do it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Come on, Yankee fans. Come on. There's 10 million of you in that fucking
Right.
city. Start betting the goddamn Yankees. Get this fucking line moved, and no one did it. So I'm a little irritated by that. I'm saying that because I wanted to. If it got up to like plus 135, definitely plus 140. Please, please, please. I would have snagged the Athletics here. I despise taking any East Coast team on a road trip in Oakland. One of my favorite betting opportunities, and everyone kind of needs to write this down going forward, is that you get an East Coast team visiting Oakland. I did do this though. I took the Oakland series price at plus 115. Always take the Oakland series price. Oakland is very good at home, and that ballpark's a dump. People don't like being there. So with the Bostons, the Yankees of the world, they fly to Oakland, they fly across the entire damn country, and they're staying in this shithole ballpark, terrible amenities, all that stuff. They're just fucking cratty. And then they go in there, and there's like no goddamn fans, and they all shit the bed. The A's have a great home record, and I love taking the A's against these big teams from the East Coast in their stadium. It always works out. It hasn't failed me yet. I'm not getting the price I wanted this particular game, but I did bet the A's on this series bet at plus 115. They're definitely winning 2 out of 3.
Yeah, Ant's definitely on to something. Yeah, I mean, usually the A's will win those series against East Coast teams. And then the line is telling you this. I mean, on paper, you got Herman, who's a good pitcher at minus 130, and the Yanks. You would blindly you would say that's the way you got to go, but 130, I would think that would have came out at 170. So obviously the odds makers are telling you something there.
Well, and obviously the people who move the lines in baseball and bet baseball for a living know this too, because the lines haven't moved.
Yeah.
You would think,
Yeah.
oh, the New York Yankees versus Homer Bailey. Oh, you think
Yeah.
people are like, oh, free money here,
170.
and the line hasn't gone that way. So
Exactly.
So that's telling me right there. The problem is
But
I can't take Oakland at this number. I need them at like plus 135, plus 140. But for the series price, I'm definitely on that.
so you were actually in this. I don't know. Would you be interested in the Yankees at plus one or minus 115?
Minus 110 is where I would start being interested in the Yankees.
Right. Okay. All right. That's just curious. All right. Cool. Let's move along to the last game, and I got two. What do I got? I got two leans on this game. So we got the Blue Jays and Foley. We got the Dodgers and Kershaw. Jesus, that's a big number. Plus 288 on the Blue Jays. The comeback is minus 325. The over/under is 8.5. So again, what am I going to do? It's just a math problem. I'm going to take the Blue Jays plus 2.5 on a low total of 8.5, and I'm only laying 120 on that. So I like the Blue Jays offense. Obviously, I could see the Dodgers hitting Foley. We all know that. But again, the math is on our side. So I'm going to take the Blue Jays plus 2.5 at minus 120. And I wanted to get the Blue Jays team total at 4 at around minus 110, but it's stuck at 3.5. And excuse me, I wanted to get the 3.5 with better juice. But it's minus 125. I'll take it. So I'm going to take Blue Jays team total over 3.5 at plus 125 and Blue Jays plus 2.5 runs at minus 120. But those are both leans, so leans would be like half unit. Ian, you got anything?
The only thing I have for this game, I don't mind either one of your looks on it. I haven't bet this game. I'm definitely not laying that number with the Dodgers. But the thing that keeps me off of taking this number with the Blue Jays, because that number is getting into a value range. They're at plus 270. That's when you really got to start thinking, are you ever wrong? Are you ever making a bad bet betting a baseball team at plus 270? The answer is no, not really. But I just don't feel like doing it. Does that make sense? Is that I
No,
don't know if it makes sense or not. It's just like plus
it's
two
still
seventy.
Kershaw.
I don't know. I don't really feel like fucking betting the Blue Jays at plus 270 today. Although I think that's probably the correct bet to make by the numbers. But I'm just gonna lay off.
You're still going against Kershaw, and the Dodgers still facing a righty coming back at them, who they
Exactly.
They mash righties, and you got Kershaw, so I get all that. But the total being 8.5 here, I'm thinking, okay, if I'm starting out with a 2.5 run lead, I like my chances in this game, especially the Blue Jays are starting to really hit. I mean, they've struggled last couple games, but their young lineup, I feel like they're going to start coming together. So I'm going to take the plus 2.5 runs minus 120, and then I'm going to take the team to total over 3.5. So that's what I'm going to ride with. Ant, do you want to recap your second half, or did you not have any plays?
I don't think I had any plays in the second half other than the Athletics series bet at plus 115.
Okay, and then the two that I just told the chat about, plus the Marlins, plus 2.5 runs, plus the Mets, plus 1.5 runs. So we get a little creative today, on these derivatives. We'll see what happens. We'll find out tomorrow. But
well, this time of season, when it comes to baseball betting, I really think less is more. I could have 10 different plays, in May, but at this time of year where the lines just start getting so skewed with the favorites and all that stuff,
right.
I really just feel like less is more. Like you find the one game that's got the really good spot, and then you just kind of stack up on it. And that's what I did with the Nationals today. And then obviously I also like the spot for the Indians, so I do have a unit on the Indians and I have a half unit on the Reds for its 5-run line. But the Nationals is really where I think the value's at today.
Okay.
So that's where I put my bet. I put all my eggs into that bet. Well, not all my eggs, but I put most of my eggs into that Nationals basket.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys joining in between the seams. I think this was our number 4 episode. We'll be back. I don't think we'll be back tomorrow, maybe Friday. But everybody join the Discord. We got Ant finally in there. We got some big names. We got Noli in there. We got Big Ragu in there. Most of these guys in the chat are in there. So I appreciate everything you guys have done. And anyway, best of luck tomorrow. Tonight. We'll probably see you on Friday. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys. Bye.